Help all kids learn and grow with PBS Kids. Thank you for supporting your PBS station.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Reading rainbow.
The night was dark and cold. The fog was thick as homemade soup. I was in Charleston Harbor, hot on the trail of Big Mama Blue. I couldn't hear a sound. It was midnight, and I was all alone on the docks. Or was I? I didn't have the foggiest notion of where to look next, and then I got it. I knew there was only one place I could look for a clue, only one page I dare not leave unturned. I knew I might get a lead on how to handle this case from Ralph, the hero of one of my favorite books, Mystery on the Docks. Ralph really knows how to spot a rat when he sees one, and he's handled some pretty tough customers.
Mystery on the Docks by Thatcher Hurd. Read by Raul Julia. Ralph, the short order cook at the diner on Pier 46, was washing up for the night. He sang as he washed. O sole mio. Ralph loved to sing. On his nights off, Ralph headed for the opera house to hear the stars sing, or he strolled to the end of Pier 46, playing the accordion and singing to the stars in the sky. But tonight, there were no stars. A cold and clammy fog crept over the docks. A foghorn blew. The pier creaked. Then all was quiet. Or was it? Ralph stopped singing. He heard a ship's engines throbbing. He saw a dark ship gliding to the dock. Thud. He heard a gangplank fall. Two rats slunk out of the gloom. They headed straight for Ralph's diner. Fish and fries, snapped the shorter rat. Righto, said Ralph. You work on the dark ship? None of your business, snarled the taller rat. Thought Ralph. Tough customers. While the rats gobbled their food, Ralph read the newspaper. Suddenly, a headline caught his eye. Singer mysteriously vanishes. Ratville, May 16. The day before his gala concert at the Opera House, Eduardo Bombasto. whose thundering voice is known to concert-goers throughout the world, disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The police have no clues. "Oh, no!" cried Ralph. "My favorite singer is missing!" Bam! The diner door slammed. Ralph whirled around. The two rats were gone. "Hey, come back here!" Ralph yelled. "Pay up!" But the pier was empty. Or was it? Suddenly, a car screeched to a stop in front of the dark ship. 3 rats jumped out. Ralph hid behind a crate. "Okay, boys, get the sack out of the trunk," shouted a huge rat chomping a cigar. "Right, Big Al." Ralph tiptoed closer. Crash! He tripped on a rope. "Catch him! Snatch him!" yelled Big Al. Ralph scampered down the pier, but the rats were too quick on their paws. "Throw him in the hole," snapped Big Al. "Welcome aboard!" laughed the same 2 rats who hadn't paid for the fish and fries. The dark ship pulled away from the dock. Ralph was alone in the hold. Or was he? The sack behind Ralph began to wiggle. "Who's there?" Ralph cried out. "Help! Help!" Ralph untied the sack. Out popped Eduardo!
Who are you?
Eduardo asked suspiciously. "I'm your biggest fan," replied Ralph. "What are you doing here?"
Big Al kidnapped me,
said Eduardo.
"I'll walk the plank if he doesn't get his ransom."
"We've got to get off this ship, fast!" cried Ralph. Ralph and Eduardo sneaked on deck. Big Al was on guard. The night was black as coal. The ship was far out in the harbor.
"Aha!"
yelled Big Al.
Trying to escape, huh?
"We'll fix you." Ralph and Eduardo ran for it, straight up the mast and into the crow's nest. "Look! Flares!" shouted Ralph. "We can signal for help."
The fog is too thick, said Eduardo. The police will never see the flares.
"What else can we do?" said Ralph.
"I can sing!" exclaimed Eduardo. "Help! Help! 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 Help!
A police boat siren wailed in the distance. "They saw the flares!" cried Ralph.
"No," said Eduardo. "They heard me sing."
Big Al was hopping mad. "Full steam ahead!" he shouted. But the dark ship was slow and the police boat was fast. "Come out with your hands up!" yelled the police chief. But Big Al was not about to give up. He was too tough. And besides, he was winning. Or was he? Suddenly, 2 figures swooped down out of the fog. Ralph and Eduardo to the rescue! Whap, bam, skaboom, splash, kapow! "Rats overboard!" yelled the police chief. The police fished Big Al and his gang out of the water. Their fur was dripping. Their teeth were chattering. Their dark ship was towed back to the pier. They were towed to jail. The next day, Ralph's picture was on the front page of the newspaper. He was a hero. Eduardo gave him a front row seat for his concert at the Opera House. After the concert, Ralph invited Eduardo and all his friends to a party on Pier 46. The stars were shining brightly. Ralph played the accordion and sang for his favorite opera star. Everyone danced and munched fish and fries and toasted Ralph, who had saved Eduardo from Big Al and his gang of nasty rats.
And that, boys and girls, was the end of the story for Big Al and his gang of nasty rats. Or was it? Oh! Oh! Nothing like a long walk off a short pier to make you real crabby. Guess I really missed the boat that time, huh? But you know, Ralph and Eduardo showed me exactly what to do if I'm ever in real trouble. Just sing out for help. Help! Thank you. Thank you. You know, sometimes it's a lot more fun to sing it than to say it. That's what's so great about opera. You don't have to be a great opera star like Eduardo to sing your heart out. But if you were a star, what would you sing about?
Love rock and roll because it's so hot, so hot. Get down. I love dinosaurs. Get another shovel and dig up some bones. I love dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus. We like to jump rope together, especially double dutch. When me and my brother play baseball, when he gets me out, I get so mad and I go like this. I like baseball, I like baseball, I get to whap across the fence. I like baseball, I get to whop, whop, whop. We like to roller skate, roller skate, roller skate. We like to roller skate in the park. Oh, I like to boogie, I like to jam, I like to show myself around. Oh, yeah.
There are still a lot of mysteries here on the docks, even when the fog rolls away and the morning sun glitters on the water. I'm just in time for my rendezvous with Big Mama Blue. You know, the port of Charleston would be sunk without her. Wouldn't want to mess around with this mama. She's 222 feet tall, works 24 hours a day, and never sleeps. She can lift 80,000 pounds in a single handful. I'm standing on top of her right now. How do you do, Big Mama Blue? Big Mama Blue is one of the huge cranes here in the harbor. She was named by the school children of Charleston, and it's her job to load and unload some of the huge freighters like the Liza Maersk. You're looking at the crane operator's cab, the heart and brain of Big Mama Blue. Her huge steel muscles can pluck a tractor trailer out of the hold of a freighter almost as easily as you can pick a petal off a daisy. Each of those containers weighs as much as 6 full-grown elephants, more than 571 people my size. It costs $50,000 a day to run a ship. So getting all that cargo from ship to shore fast is really important. It goes from Big Mama Blue to trucks and trains, and then to you. And here's another mystery for you. Just how big is this ship anyway? Well, here are some clues for you. She's as high as a 16-story building. 3 football games can be played on her decks at the same time, and more than 3,000 of these containers can nestle inside the Liza Maersk without standing on each other's toes. Looks to me like the Liza Maersk is the most important vessel in the harbor today. Or is she? From what I'm learning about big city ports, huge freighters like the Liza Maersk would be in hot water without the spunky scarlet tugboats that guide them in and out of the harbor and help them to dock. In fact, a lot of these ships would be up the creek without a paddle if they couldn't get a tug or a push from one of these workhorses of the harbor. And here's another mystery for you. How does a little tug like this push around a huge freighter 9 times its size? Well, let's go aboard and see. Tugs are fearless and friendly, and with those power-packed engines, they can tackle just about anything that floats. Tugboat captains are a special breed. They and their tugs have to be ready 24 hours a day to help ships in and out of port.
I've been a tug captain for about 8 years. I like it very much. I enjoy my work. We're out in the open and we get to ride around and see what's going on. We get to enjoy nature. We watch the birds and the fish. And we have a nice time. We really do.
Robert Mazik is the captain of the South Carolina. And his job, together with the tugboat Hinton, is to turn this tremendous freighter around so she can move out of port under her own steam. Many times, 2 tugs have to work together to get the job done right. They talk to each other with radios and walkie-talkies to make sure there aren't any false moves or mistakes.
Ships do real well when they're in the ocean or in a large body of water, but when they get around small areas, they're not too maneuverable. So what we have to do is we have to help them to maneuver themselves so they can get in tight areas. The main purpose for a tug is that it can handle itself in a small situation rapidly, and it's got plenty of power for its size. The lines that we have, some of them are right heavy, some of them aren't. Of course, the heavy lines we use are the stronger. It seems that the heavier they are, the stronger they are. But they weigh possibly 3 or 4 pounds to the foot, which makes them right heavy to handle sometimes. Ships are large and the tugs have a lot of horsepower, so it takes a pretty strong line so you won't break it when you are pushing or pulling on the ship.
Okay, South Carolina, good job. The Ingrid Gordon is on her way. We proceed in 15 minutes, please, to the harbor entrance buoy to escort the freighter Joseph Lakes to the Columbus Street Pier.
Our tugs are red because they seem to show up better. They look good. They're pretty. If you'll notice, our particular company's stacks are black with an orange band around the stack. A long time ago, before you had radio communications as we do today, the tugs used to have to race out to sea, and the captain on the ship they were going to, whichever tug he saw first, was the one that he would use. So our tugs had the orange band, which stood out pretty well so they could be seen first so they could get the job. We're on our way out to meet a ship coming in. This ship will have two tugs on it. One of them will go on the bow of the ship and one will go on the stern of the ship. And we will take the ship and bring it up off the dock ahead of us and tie it up.
See the seagulls flying over flags from every land. I see great ships from every port, they all look mighty grand. I am a tugboat captain, here's the song I've always sung. A boat may be a small one, but it gets a big job done. Away, haul away, moving all the mighty ships in and out of the bay. Shiny ocean liners, all the tankers too, the cargo ships and barges, we've got to pull them through. I am a tugboat captain, here's the song I've always sung. A boat may be a small one, but it gets a big job done. Away, haul away, moving all the mighty ships in and out of the bay. Away, haul away, moving all the mighty ships in and out of the bay.
Guess that goes to show you, you don't have to be big to be important. Well, if you like mystery on the docks, then here are some other books about boats and mysteries that you might enjoy. But you don't have to take my word for it.
Hello, my name is Jason Ketcher, and I'm interested in all kinds of books. Mysteries, space books, but this book is all about boats. It is called Big City Port. The boat I really liked was the fire engine boat. Do you know they have guns and hoses on that boat that squirt water onto fires on ships or on sheds? The people that wrote the book and illustrated it did a really good job on squeezing those little cranes and boats into those places where it could be impossible. They did a fine job on the book. Now, I like the watercolors. This book is really fantastic, kids. I would go out and get this book right now at your nearest library. It'll really knock your wits out about boats.
Hello, I'm Nelson, and I'm here to tell you about a real fascinating book I've just finished reading. It's called The Wreck of the Zephyr, and it's the kind of book that you'll want to read over and over again and never get tired of. It's about a boy who dreams of being the greatest sailor of all. He goes out on a stormy day and he gets shipwrecked on an island. The island has flying boats, and he pleaded with the sailor to teach him how to fly his own boat, the Zephyr. All of the townspeople felt that the boy was crazy, and he finally wrecks the Zephyr. The pictures in this book are real special because they look like pastel paintings. At the end of this story, there's a kind of mystery, and you should read this book. It can teach you about trying to stretch your dreams too far.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ramona. Do you like detective stories? Have you ever been sprayed by a skunk? Well, I think you'll like the book Nate the Great Goes Undercover. It's about a boy detective named Nate. Nate's trying to solve the case of the tipped-over garbage can. He gets sprayed by a skunk and he has to take a bath all night. Then he hides in a garbage can twice. One thing about Nate, he sure doesn't mind getting dirty. Some people will do anything to solve a case. In the end, Nate finds out who's tipping over the garbage can. But if you want to find out, you have to read the book yourself. There are a lot more Nate the Great books. But if you read one, you want to read them all.
It's been a busy day down on the docks. I didn't feel quite as ship-shape as usual, but that's all in a day's work. With the help of Big Mama Blue, I'd untangled more than my share of mysteries on the dock. And it was clearer now than ever that time and tide wait for no man. And for no mouse, as Ralph would be the first to tell you. Adieu, Big Mama Blue. We've really covered the waterfront, and this case is all wrapped up. Or is it? Bon voyage. See you next time. Today's Reading Rainbow books are Mystery on the Docks by Thatcher Hurd, published by Harper and Row. Big City Port by Betsy Maestro and Ellen Del Vecchio, illustrated by Giulio Maestro, published by Four Winds Press. Wreck of the Zephyr by Chris Van Allsburg, published by Houghton Mifflin Company. Nate the Great Mystery Series by Marjorie Weinman Charmat, illustrated by Mark Simont, published by Coward McCann.